Welcome to another episode of Westmoreland Bulldogs, a podcast. I'm Callahan Marshall here with Coach Tom Blackford. He is our new basketball coach, so we're very excited to have him. How are you?
I'm great.
All right,
great.
Awesome. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So I want to get to why did you choose Westmoreland?
Good question. So I coached at Hamilton from 1982 to 2002, 20 years. And I knew the high school principal at Fayetteville Manlius. We played a lot of sports together. And he called me and asked me if I'd like to continue coaching and teaching at FM. And Hamilton was a Class D, and FM was a double A.
Mm-hmm.
So FM's playing Liverpool, CNS, West Jenny, all the Ludden, CBA, all the big time schools. And I wanted to challenge myself. So I went up there and taught high school phys ed, and I coached there for another 14 years. And then I retired from teaching up there, and I came back and finished 9 more years at Hamilton from 2016 to 2025. And the funny story is we had a basketball banquet at Hamilton this past season, and I literally retired for 2 weeks. And my phone started ringing, and area athletic directors started calling me and asking me if I'd come out of retirement.
My goodness.
And so Jerry Fiorini was one of the guys.
Yeah.
And, I had a phone call from my alma mater, Casanova High School, and stuff like that. And so Jerry just was very persistent, and I met, he had an open gym for me here at Westmoreland. There's like 20 kids that showed up, and remember one kid walked up to me and looked me right in the eyes. He goes, "You're Coach Blackford from Hamilton." I said, "Yeah, I'm a legend in my own mind, baby." And he goes, "You know what?" He goes, "We want you to coach us. We want you to give us hope." That's the exact quote what the kid said. And I
did
said,
that win you over?
Yeah, it did. It did. So I told Jerry, and so my expectations is trying to change the culture. There are 5 wins and 55 losses the last 3 years, and I got to believe in a lot of those games they just bagged it, just gave up and stopped playing. So that's going to be the biggest thing, is the mindset of getting from a losing culture and try to turn it into a positive winning culture, and try to find competitors, kids who are willing to make the sacrifice to do that. That's harder.
Yeah.
It's easy to lose.
Yes.
It's very hard to win. And so I got to try to convince these kids that that's where we're going to head. And I want to definitely do that. I'm excited about doing it.
So you have decades of coaching experience.
I started in 1982.
Yeah, so decades.
Five decades.
So you've dealt with, I want to say, thousands of kids, like maybe even more than that.
Yeah, not every season has been a winning season. I've had, but I think I'm 31 out of 43 years. We've qualified for sectionals, and something like 29 of those seasons we've had 15 or more wins. 10 of those seasons I've had 20 or more wins in a season. So it's about building a culture of positive attitude and skills and development.
I was just going to ask how you plan on doing that.
You know what?
You have so much experience, so I'm sure you're a pro at changing.
I am.
The culture.
And there's a couple easy things. They're not as easy as they sound, but getting kids to play hard. What kids think they're playing hard and what I see them playing hard might be 2 different things. A kid might come up to me and says, "I'm really playing hard, coach." And I said, "No, you're actually not. You got to play harder." So that's one thing, get them to play hard, get them to be competitive. Competitive is every drill you do, every scrimmage you have, every game you have, compete at your highest level and don't give up. And so that's going to be convincing kids and showing them the way to do that. And I have ways to do that. The third thing is building positive relationships. I'm really big, like the guy who just called me graduated from here, Matt Doyle.
Yeah, I heard you on the phone.
Yeah, and Matt played for Westmoreland, and he played against my teams when I was coaching in Hamilton, and he and I have already got a great relationship going. And he's going to be a senior at Linden State in Vermont. So it's those sort of things, building relationships with kids so they trust you and they want to play for you and they want to play hard. And that's really what I'm going to try to do.
And what kind of bonds do you form with these kids? I know we were talking beforehand how you went to one of your players' weddings and you really do build a relationship with these kids.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've got two former players that are going to come with me to Westmoreland from Hamilton. They both played for me. One, they're both all-state players. One just graduated from Cortland, my alma mater, and he's going to work on his master's degree at home this fall and winter. And he asked if he can come with me to Westmoreland and help coach. So I'm going to have him do that. And then another kid was an all-state player for me, played for me in Hamilton, and he has helped me the last 4 years at Hamilton as an assistant. And he wants to come with me as opposed to going back to Hamilton and stay with me. And so I'm going to bring those two guys with me.
Wow, so it sounds like we have a pretty strong coaching staff coming here.
They're really good guys. I still need a junior varsity coach. Haven't had a there's a couple guys I think that are going to apply, but you know, once I get that and then have meet all the modified coaches, a program is not varsity. It's a program: 7th grade team, 8th grade team, JV team, and varsity. Everyone's in the same program. We're all trying to do the same thing, and I've got specific things that I try to develop. I try to develop point guards. Point guards are the lead guards who handle the ball the most and have the most pressure put on them because they don't turn the ball over. They get us into our offense, get us back on defense. I develop shooters at every level, and I've got thousands of shooting drills that I do. And then, like, I've got an interesting kid here. I think his last name is Smith, Owen Smith.
Yep, Owen Smith.
He is, I love him.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
He's a great kid.
Yeah, we love him here too.
He's 6'3", 190, beaming with raw ability. He doesn't have a lot of confidence. So my entire focus for one straight year is to try to develop this kid with confidence. Give him confidence. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So I get him into the gym. He doesn't have a lot of bad habits because a lot of big kids have bad habits, like they get a rebound, they bring the ball down, make themselves small. This kid doesn't do any of that stuff. He has good habits, but he doesn't have a lot of confidence.
So it sounds like it's not all about how well you play. There's a deeper...
There is.
Yeah, and I don't think people think of it that way.
No, you don't. Every kid has a role. Like I've got another kid, Preston Wickham, I think. He'll be an incoming senior, and I've gotten to know him a little bit, and he is small, but he is relentless. He could be a relentless defender, like get up on the opposing team's really good player and get up and pressure the crap out of him. And Evan Saxton, Evan is just gifted. He's going to be an incoming senior.
Yes.
But his upside is he still has a lot of room for improvement. And so what my job is going to be, like he's probably been through 2 or 3 coaches. He's going, oh, we got another coach. My job is to try to get him to be confident and show him the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, you can get up to here, man, if you keep working on your game and getting better and listening. One of my friends passed away. He coached with me for 5 years, and both his boys played for me at Hamilton. They're great players. And we designed a shirt. His name was Doug Marcellus. And he said on the shirt on the back, his famous quote was, "Play hard, have fun, listen to your coaches." And a lot of kids play sort of hard. They don't play hard all the time. Some kids have fun. Some kids, it's like going to the dentist, you know. And some kids listen to their coaches still. A lot of them tune out coaches. So my job is going to be to get them to play hard, have fun, and listen to the coaches.
Now, what is your favorite part about being a coach? Because it's not just about coaching the game, really.
Probably my favorite part is the lead up to the game. Like, one of my friends is the athletic director at Sequoia Valley. His name's Doug Jones. And when I, quote, retired for 2 weeks, he had me do a project. He wanted me to do a tenure all the coaches in the Center State Conference. There's 24 schools. And how long the longest coach is and how short the least coach has been. So I did that. The longest tenured coach was Tom Blackford, 43 years. The second longest tenured coach was 15 years. And there was,
Wow.
out of 24 schools, there were, I think, 9 schools that the coach had coached between 7 and 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was 11 schools that the coach had coached less than 5 years, and 4 of them were less than 3 years. So in this day and age, there's very few coaches that coach not only a long time, but they go maybe 2, 3, 4, or 5 years and they get out because, talked about maybe parents are getting on them, or, other issues or whatever. So my job, I've done for 43 years. I spend an hour every day on fundamentals, boring, monotonous repetition, correct repetition of doing things correctly
But I'm sure
over
it's
and over.
meaningful.
Well, what happens is they become habits, and they become what are called good habits. So a kid does something without thinking about it correctly, as opposed to never working on fundamentals, and they do the same thing, like turn the ball over thousands of times because they don't have the fundamentals down. You have to have the fundamentals down before you can become a player.
Yeah.
So that's my.
So it's not all about just being
It's not
a
just
player.
the game.
You're also building your character too,
Absolutely.
which is going to help you ultimately when you play.
Yeah, I mean, every kid has their, and even coaches. Every coaching kid has their positive moments, and maybe something happened in school. They broke up, with their girlfriend, whatever. And so kids, like, I'm adaptable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have rules, but I don't carve them out. This is black and white. I'm always adaptable.
Yeah,
So
and
like,
I feel like with kids you have to
you
kind
have
of
to be
that way.
in today's.
Yeah. Yep.
You really do. You don't tolerate disrespect, but on the same token, you try to help a kid who might be tending to be disrespectful because maybe they just don't know any better, and maybe they've gotten away with that for so many years, and then somebody new comes in their life and they're not going to tolerate it. But you don't have to, put the fist down all the time with that kid. You have to be adaptable with a kid. Teach them, you pushed it too far this time, you're sitting for an hour or whatever the case may be. But I think in today's society, like, especially a veteran coach like me, who's like, I probably have coached 600 or 700 kids in my coaching career.
Yeah,
and they're not all perfect kids. They all have their issues, and you have to help them, and you have to deal with them. So that's what I'm going to try to do here. I don't even know all the last names of all these kids yet.
You'll learn them.
I know.
You'll learn them quick.
And so, I'm looking forward to that, and seeing, if there's any kids that haven't played summer league yet, or still within the woodwork of the school district, that all of a sudden you find 2 or 3 kids that say, I want to play basketball again.
Yeah.
Like, there's one kid that has showed up for summer league games, and he's talented as all get out. Dylan Williams, I think's his name. He's going to be a junior.
Okay.
And he's about 6'2", about 190, and he is, I think he's tremendously gifted. He's tremendously gifted. So if he continues to, come to open gyms and comes to summer league games and stuff like that, and he really commits himself, he has a chance to be an all-league player.
Now let's talk about, you just mentioned summer leagues and open gyms. So
Yeah.
what do you, I've never, since I've been here, and I've been here for almost 3 years, we haven't had summer league. We haven't had open gyms, as far as I know. So what are you doing this summer, I guess, to kind of prep?
So I came in late. Jerry hired me right when they were finishing up Regents exams.
Yes. Yep.
So he had a quick meeting, and there's like 13 or 14 kids who showed up. Maybe a couple JV kids. Most of them were going to be varsity candidates.
Yep.
And so since then, I opened the gym on Wednesdays, and I've had as few as 4 kids. I've had as many as 11 kids. I don't care if there's 4 kids or 11 kids. I come in for an hour and a half with Matt Doyle, and we work on fundamentals and skills.
Right.
And then Thursday night, we play right down here at Borza's. It's a summer league. Yep. And there's probably, 16 summer league teams in it. And we play various teams. We've already played Utica Notre Dame. We played Oriskany and played Sequoia.
And how have you done in those games?
We got beat by about 15 against Notre Dame. they were tough. They had a couple transfers from Utica Proctor.
Okay. Yep.
And then we actually beat Oriskany and we beat Sequoia. So
wow.
And the kids were pretty like, wow, we've won 2 games, you know. And so what I want them to do in Summer League is, whether we win, lose, or draw, is to try to set a little bit of the culture. I'm not going to be able to do that until the fall or the winter.
When you have more time.
When I have all
them,
the kids.
Probably, yeah.
But just get them to see that, you know what, there is light at the end of the tunnel, like I said before, that everything's possible. You don't have to be 5-55. You don't. And there was a kid who came in from Westmoreland 2 weeks ago, spoke at my open gym. He played at Westmoreland. He was an all-state guard back in, I think, 15, 16, and 17. Luke Fretzel was his name.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, we know Luke Fretzel.
Yeah, and he played against my teams at Hamilton, too, and he was a terrific player.
Phenomenal, yeah.
And then he went and played for my friend Dave Pasiak at Linden State in Vermont. That's where Matt Doyle is going to be a senior.
Yep, I remember you saying.
And Luke came in, and what was weird was the players that were at the open gym didn't know him. I'm going, if one of my former players at Hamilton had come back to talk to the current players at Hamilton, they would all know everything about him. Yeah. Everything. He was a 1,000-point scorer. That's Colin Ray. That's Luke Graham. Are you kidding me? And they didn't know him. And I'm going, wow. So, and he's coaching at Utica College as an assistant. And he's super excited that I'm here because we played against each other, so he knows who I am. And but I was just sort of like, that's called tradition. And his team was the last winning season. They were 17-5, and that was like 2017. So they haven't had a season like that since 2017. So that is what I'm sort of fighting, or what I'm looking at, and trying, how do you build up tradition again, and how do you get them? So honestly, wins and losses this year don't really mean a lot to me. It's last year, Westmoreland was getting beat by 30, 40, or 50 points every game. So it might be something with the scoreboard. It might be, we're only getting beat by 6 to 12 points now. We're competitive. Every game we're competitive. This team, we're not competitive, so they're just that much better than we are, but we're closing the gap on everybody else. And then if wins happen, that would be great.
That's a good way to put that, because I think a lot of people, you know, base how good a team is on whether they win or lose.
It's the bottom line.
It's very black and white for people.
Exactly.
If we can close that gap a little bit, like you said, that's an improvement.
It is. And so what I will do is I will have a parent meeting in the fall before the season, and I will, like you and I have talked today, I'll talk to them the exact same way and tell them who I am and what I'm planning on doing and how I'm planning on doing it. And then hopefully they'll be supportive and buy in.
And ultimately, basketball aside, for some of these seniors who this is their senior year playing, what would you like them to get from this experience with you?
Positive season. So they feel really good about what, you know, a new coach has come in, and sometimes seniors are not unwilling is not the right word, but they're set in their ways.
Yeah.
And so it's my senior year. I don't want to make all these changes. Well, I'm not going to ask them to make a lot of changes, but I'm going to make them realize and look at, these are the changes we have to make to be competitive.
Right.
So the seniors I know I have right now and I met are all great kids. Evan Saxton, Josiah, I think his last name's Derek. Josiah Derek. I love that kid. And then the little dude, Preston.
Dude. Oh yeah, Preston. You mentioned him earlier.
Yeah, I really like him. He's he reminds me of a kid I coached at Hamilton a couple years back. He's just he's fearless.
Yeah, I think you're gonna find a lot of the kids in this school are really good kids.
Yeah,
like, I love this district so much.
There's a baseball kid. Have you said his name? Jerry Fiorini told me about him.
Baseball.
Carter.
Tazinski?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Yes. Yep. He is supposedly, I haven't met him yet. I don't know him yet. I heard he's a great athlete.
Oh boy, our lights just shut off, but that's okay.
And so I'm hoping that he's going to play, because a kid like that who's really good at another sport can bring the winning attitude from that other sport and bring it into the basketball program. So
Yeah,
those are
he's
kids
got
I
a very
love to
good
have.
competitive spirit.
Yeah, I heard
yeah.
he's great
And
like
he's
that.
very smart too.
So
he's
I haven't
got
met
it
him
all.
yet, but
Mhm.
those are kids like that I would welcome with open arms.
Okay, well, we're welcoming you with open arms.
Well,
We're
thank you.
so excited. I remember when Jerry told me he had a great hire. Couldn't say anything yet because you weren't
Yeah.
board approved at that point, so we
Yeah.
had to kind of keep it on the down low. But then he told me, and then I had news stations reaching out to me to confirm that you were our basketball coach.
Yes.
So everyone knows who you are. You're
Well,
pretty hot
I'm a legend in my own mind.
I know you
That's what
keep
all my
saying
friends
that.
say. You're a legend in your own mind.
Well, we are
So,
so
yeah,
excited
thanks
to
a lot.
have you here. So,
Yeah, thanks.
yes, and I am looking forward to watching the
Yeah.
basketball team this season and
Yeah,
to see
absolutely.
how you change it because I have a lot of hope.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people do.
And like, I am a coach that, like, when I have practice and stuff, anyone who wants to come in and watch, a parent, faculty member, anyone who wants to come in and watch what these kids are going to try to learn and the changes I'm going to try to make, subtle changes, but get them to be competitive and get them to believe. There's a process to it. It's not going to come overnight, but it's going to, eventually it's going to, I have no question.
Interesting. I might have to come watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a really
Anytime.
great thing to teach kids.
Yeah,
really. Yeah.
it is. Because you can take it into other stuff.
I was gonna say when they graduate high school, they're gonna have to take that into college,
Yeah.
into their work life. So when you don't have confidence, you don't perform well. So
No.
this is really
And that's what, like
that.
with these seniors, is I'm gonna, I can be a good salesman too, but I want to try to sell them that even though it's your senior year, just open yourself up to whatever changes have to be made, and you'll benefit from them, and you'll be better.
It's not too late.
It's not. So the good thing is Evan's talented kid, Josiah's talented kid, and
Preston, you
Preston.
mentioned Owen.
Yeah, Owen's only a sophomore. Owen's only going to be a sophomore. And there's some other kids that have been coming to open gyms and our summer league games. So, you know, like I said, the one kid, Dylan Williams, I think is his last name, and he's been coming to our games, and he's just like, he's a difference maker. You know, so we'll see.
We'll see, and I'm excited to watch.
Yeah,
so thank
definitely.
you for joining us.
Oh yeah, of course. Thank you.
Yeah, and we will till the next time.
All right. Thank you.